What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about our expectations for the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC. I'm expecting a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND news to come out throughout the week, so a lot of videos this week may be talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, some of my expectations, when to expect news, what type of news we can expect, and overall predictions on when it comes out, and yada yada. Because as I'm sure a lot of you who are into the gaming world know, E3 is going to be next week, and in just 5 days the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra in LA is going to be happening as well. And if you guys don't know the big deal about that, well, I'll link you to another video which I will be telling you the big deal about that orchestra and why you can maybe expect some Kingdom Hearts news there. But this is just my little intro at the beginning of the video before we get into the podcasty long type of discussion that we have for you today. But I'm also here to tell you to subscribe to Kingdom Ace. His channel will be linked at the top, very top of the description down below. He is closing in on 10k subscribers, so if you guys want to support a very good friend of mine, he also makes a lot of Kingdom Hearts content on his own, makes a lot of theories, lots of discussions, and he is overall just a really cool dude and has a great channel as well, so why wouldn't you sub to him? But anyways though, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, watch this Discord ad, and I will see you guys soon. Have you heard of a little thing called Discord? Well, if you haven't, let me inform you. Discord is an amazing app where you can interact with gaming communities and content creators such as myself more directly. It's an app that is just great for community building. I'm one of the owners of a Kingdom Hearts Discord server called The Union. We've been growing rapidly lately and are a little over halfway to 1,000 members. Thank you guys for that. If you don't have an account, it takes like less than a minute to make one. So create an account and join the Union Discord server today to get a chance to talk to some of the members of the community and its creators as well. I really look forward to seeing you guys there. Now let's get on with the video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC. Now, today I have a guest with me who I'm going to be talking about the DLC with, talking about what we can expect, what we want in the DLC, some of our expectations, things that we would really like to happen. And I'm here with a very good friend of mine, Kingdom Ace. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Kingdom Ace. I really appreciate ProdigyxCD having me on his channel because it's been a hot minute since we've done a little collaboration. So I'm really interested in talking about and seeing what John has to think about Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND.
Alright, so what we can expect right off the bat out of the ReMIND DLC, what we already have confirmed very vaguely, I might add, is limit cut episode and bosses, secret episode and boss, and English voiceover option for the Japanese version. And for free DLC going along with ReMIND, we have a new Keyblade and a new form, which you can expect probably will be rewarded to us during whatever boss we fight in this limit cut episode or ReMIND episode. Now, some of the things that I personally want in the DLC, I've already made some videos about this. I've said I would really love to have data battles. I would love to have characters like Riku gets a little bit more time to shine. A lot of Kingdom Hearts final mixes, this is pretty much comparable to a final mix. A lot of Kingdom Hearts final mixes add story cutscenes within the game, which we already have confirmed a little bit. Nomura has said in interviews that he will be explaining how exactly Xion returned in the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I look forward to that as well. So I feel like at the minimum for this DLC, we have what we're used to with Kingdom Hearts final mixes, which is more cutscenes, more bosses, and overall just more everything. We don't know specifically what those bosses are going to be, what the secret episode is going to be, but we do have at least what we're used to confirmed. And if they add anything else on top of that, then I feel like that's even greater, which it seems like they're doing, because I'm personally very interested in what the secret episode and boss might entail. So I want to talk about that for a little bit.
Now, I think we can all agree on something, that being with the secret episode and boss that's supposed to be coming a part of the paid DLC in Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, that it's highly likely to have a great deal to do with Yozora from the secret episode. You know, the secret movie you can get at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, the secret episode only coming included with one boss, however, unlike the limit cut episode with numerous bosses that are coming in that part of the DLC, it would make more sense to surround the entire episode around a specific character alongside the one boss that's going to be a part of it. Is Yozora going to be that boss? Yeah, probably. But I kind of want to hear what you think on that topic, John.
Well, I feel like Yozora is very likely to be the secret boss. In fact, like, I am very interested in Yozora. I know a lot of people's initial reaction to Yozora being in the secret ending was, what? Like, this video game character, this Verum Rex character is going to be a canon thing in the Kingdom Hearts universe? It was kind of a surprise slash, like, what is going on type of reaction. But I feel like for me to build more of a connection to Yozora, similar to a Lingering Will or a Unknown in Kingdom Hearts 1, if Yozora really is going to be this big plot point moving forward in the Kingdom Hearts series, like if he's going to be this puppet for the Master of Masters by any means, I really think that it's likely that Yozora could be the secret boss that we all want. I would want him to be the secret boss, a matter of fact, because it would help me form that connection with him. And also, that's probably the closest thing we'll ever get to like a Noctis or 15 representation for like a secret boss in the Kingdom Hearts series, I feel. But if it's not Yozora, if the secret episode is not focusing on Yozora, I feel like the secret episode and boss basically means it's going to be a big cutscene along with a boss to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a whole like episode type of thing, as in similar to how 15 did its episodic DLC. I don't know if they mean episode as in playable segment, like 2 hour, 1 hour long playable segment, or if they simply mean a cutscene. But at the same time though, it also says the same thing in limit cut episode, so if both of those things mean the same thing, then we can expect a playable segment. But I am very confident that we're going to be getting an extended secret ending in the DLC anyways, because that's normally what Final Mixes do for Kingdom Hearts games. They give us an extended secret ending, like Deep Dive in Kingdom Hearts 1, and the cutscene we got in Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember that cutscene by name, but that is just there as an example. But if it's not Yozora, I feel like the Foretellers is a high possibility to be bosses. I know a lot of people going into Kingdom Hearts 3 thought it would be a really cool idea to have the Foretellers be a sort of data battle for the game. It would be a cool concept to have. It makes a lot of sense as well. If you guys have been following along with the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross lore, the data world, the data concept, the data plot point has been extremely relevant in those games, and if the Foretellers somehow reserve themselves through data, because they say in the epilogue of Kingdom Hearts 3 that Luke Shu summoned them, so if he summoned them by using some sort of data powers, then that would make a lot of sense to have them as like data battles, maybe in a Scala at Kylum or something like that, because I can really see them expanding upon that world and Keyblade Graveyard in the DLC, like Nomura already said he was going to do.
Yeah, kind of going back to what you said, John, you made the comparison between the possibility of the secret episode and boss being similar in a way that Final Fantasy 15 handled their DLC, to where each DLC, you know, episode Arden, episode Ignis, episode Gladio, episode Prompto, and, you know, the ones that were ended up canceled, those ones were more centered around a central focus of one character, finding out their backstory, getting to know what actually they were thinking about in certain parts of the story, etc., getting to play as them and seeing what, you know, lied beyond what we got to see in the actual story for that character. And I feel laying out the secret episode, if it does end up actually having to do with Yozora, I feel that would be a genius way to actually put us in Yozora's shoes, because I feel like sometimes, and especially in this time period to where Kingdom Hearts 3, we've already played the game now. We have no idea when the next Kingdom Hearts game is. And I'm honestly at the point where I don't really know Yozora, so I can't really find myself wanting to have an entire game just playing as him, because at that point we're practically playing a Final Fantasy game. It wouldn't even feel like Kingdom Hearts anymore. But I'm not really saying that I don't want that, because again, Sora wasn't in Birth by Sleep, but we see, technically, but you know what I mean. It's like we're putting ourselves in the shoes of someone we don't know so we can get to know them. But I feel this DLC is the perfect time to put ourselves in the shoes of someone who is introduced through a secret movie at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, who is obviously going to have ties to the next upcoming segments of Kingdom Hearts series, as we know, with the Reconnect Kingdom Hearts quote that we always get to see. Whenever we see that, we know it's going to link somewhere in the future of Kingdom Hearts. It always has in the past, and I truly don't think this is any different. So that idea struck a chord in my mind when you had said that. Was I really do hope the secret episode is like that, but if they end up doing it that way, and that would mean Yozora can't be the boss of the secret episode, because if it's laid out similarly to Final Fantasy 15 the way they did it, then they would have their own boss who we're fighting, more than likely who is ever behind trying to capture more than who we are assuming is Yozora's lover, what we saw in the VRM Rex trailer, and hopefully it would be something along those lines. But I would think I would probably prefer that than us playing as who knows who, Riku, Sora, I have no clue, and just fighting Yozora, because I feel like at that point we wouldn't even really get to know him, because we're in DLC. We have limited amounts of time that we could to really actually get to know who he is in general.
Okay, I understand that. Well, from my perspective, like, a cool boss is like a great way for me to build up hype for a character, because I am in love with the gameplay side of Kingdom Hearts. I love the technical boss aspect of the series, and fights like a Lingering Will, fights like Terranort in Birth by Sleep, fights like the Unknown in Kingdom Hearts 1, even like Mysterious Figure to an extent. Like, they all, because of like their attacks, because of the music behind those bosses, they all build up a hype for me for like what to expect in the future. Like, if I know that this character is like good in combat, then I can hope that he is good as well as like a character, that he's at least cool enough to be a character in the future of the Kingdom Hearts series. But I do want to talk about something that you and I mentioned a little bit, and that is the playable characters part of it. Who do you think could be playable in the DLC, like if it wasn't Sora?
If it's not Sora, I do feel that they can go a number of different ways with the secret episode if they really try, because I feel like there's a bunch of different ways they could go about it depending on who we play as. If it's not Sora, I feel like there's only 3 possibilities. One, it would probably be Riku, and it would take place after Kingdom Hearts 3, similar to what we saw in, the secret movie Yozora. I feel like it would take place around that time period, playing as Riku. It could also end up actually being, I already mentioned Yozora, so I'm not going to include him. It could also be Xion, to where we can actually play as her and get to experience what she went through during her time in the new Organization 13, that would give us our explanation on how Xion even got, revived, since Nomura already stated that he would be explaining that through the DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3. So that would be that one instance that we could do it, because I honestly have no idea where it would be. I don't know if that's supposed to be the additional scenario of ReMIND, or if that's going to be in the Limit Cut episode, or I have no personal idea. But if they were going to explain about Xion, I feel like that would be another good opportunity we could do that. But it could also end up being Ventus during the time of Union Cross, and the whole thing could be about, his remembrance of the other time, the other world in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross.
Okay, I definitely feel like both of us completely agree that a lot of the DLC is going to be focusing on Union Cross at least. Do you feel like the DLC is going to be more post-game content, or do you feel like it's going to be kind of like in between both, like some post game, some of the middle game? Because Kingdom Hearts 2, what it did was it actually added like a lot lot to the
more
main story
in-game
playthrough, of the game. Like, it added a lot of the organization cutscenes. It added a whole new fight in the middle of the game, right at the beginning of the world that never was in Roxas. And it also added like a lot of new abilities to the game as well. It kind of did an overhaul of the combat for that game as well, which a lot of Kingdom Hearts final mixes have done as well. And Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, it added a lot of new abilities, and Kingdom Hearts 1 added a lot of new abilities. Same thing with Kingdom Hearts 2, and I wonder if we can expect the same with Kingdom Hearts 3. Critical Mode has already added 3 new abilities for the game, but I really wonder if Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND might add even more, if it might patch some things that people have a problem with it in the game, if it might add some new abilities, give people more for the combat.
No, I completely agree, honestly. If that's the way that Nomura and team are going to be approaching this DLC, I am all for it, because there are many people who, played Kingdom Hearts 2 through solely the final mixes, and same with Kingdom Hearts 1 or even Birth by Sleep, to where when you look at the vanilla versions of, say, we're going to use Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically here, there is a great difference between the regular vanilla version and then when you go to final mix, because like John had said previously, there were additional scenarios added in the actual main campaign of the game, and that added, different insights into things we didn't see previously, like say Xemnas talking to Aqua's armor. That was never originally in Kingdom Hearts 2, but the fact that it was added gave us a little more insight into inside the mind of Xemnas, and I think things like that are really cool, and Kingdom Hearts 3 can definitely benefit from things like that. And I would love to be able to see, outside of just Sora and Riku, what's going on more with the organization, because we never got resolution to certain things. What's the aftermath of the conversation between Xemnas and the supposed other Keyblade wielders within the organization, and we never got to see anything more of that. I'd love to see additional scenarios added that would give us a little bit more insight into previous things. I know, of course, with Limit Cut and stuff, we're supposed to be similar to a Final Mix update, because it's going to be adding multiple different bosses. I personally would prefer that to stay post-game, because I know, again, this is going to be referencing Final Fantasy 15, while they also, with their Royal Edition, they updated and added more cutscenes throughout the actual story to make things a bit more clear and get insight into things we didn't realize before. But they also added more bosses in the actual main campaign at first, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care for it too much, as much as I would have if it was just post-game. Now, Final Fantasy 15 already had post-game content, but I don't know how I feel about having additional bosses in the main campaign, especially if they just shove them towards the end game. If they're going to do it, I want it to be evenly spread out throughout the game, depending on how many bosses they're going to be. But I really feel like they're best just leaving a lot of those new bosses they want to add in post game, because that's where majority of us are at right now. We're in post game. We want more to do post game. Kingdom Hearts 3's ending is already a gauntlet with a ton of different bosses we already have to fight anyway, and I feel like just adding more to that just prolongs the ending of the game and just will make us feel fatigued by the end of it all. It'll make it become more of a slog. At least we can go at our own pace without having to actually not be done with the game yet if they don't add it, just to be post-game content.
Okay, that's a interesting way to think about it. Personally, for me, I feel like I would enjoy more bosses in the game. I don't necessarily want them all like shoved towards the end, because I kind of like the Keyblade Graveyard the way it is right now. Though from Nomura interviews, it seems like there's going to be a big overhaul of Keyblade Graveyard in the game. He said that he left Keyblade Graveyard the way it was intentionally, which honestly is surprising to me, because I didn't feel like anything was super left out there, but I guess there's a lot more he wants to do with that world, and I don't know if he necessarily means Keyblade Graveyard, like the Keyblade Graveyard portion of the Keyblade Graveyard, because Scala and the final world are actually part of Keyblade Graveyard as well. When you go to select area at the save point, you can fast travel to Scala or the final world, so he could be adding more to those two areas as well. Preferably, I would love it if they added a lot more to Scala at Kylum. I think that would be great. They don't necessarily have to make it a full-scale world. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting them to do that in a future Kingdom Hearts game. But maybe they could give Scala at Kylum its own Coliseum sort of thing, post-game, or, you know, before you fight Xehanort, that's optional. Maybe they could make those like 13 vessels that you fight before fighting Xehanort an actual boss fight, because I kind of spam arrow during that fight and shred them all, and I don't really think that's a good thing. It's funny to do, it's fun to do, but it's a little bit on the broken side, and I do wish those were actual bosses in the game instead of kind of just the way they are right now. But they can also add like newer stuff as well, newer bosses. It doesn't have to be data fights, it doesn't have to be them adding a bunch of new abilities, because as much as we're comparing this to Final Mix, this is not Final Mix by name, at least. This is Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND, and it seems like they're going to be adding a lot of interesting stuff in here. I know a lot of people are looking at this as an opportunity to add Final Fantasy characters, to give Riku his own playable segment, to make Scala an actual world, things like that. But while I'm also looking forward to maybe some of those things happening, I'm not banking on them happening. I'm really hoping that more than anything, Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND gives me more of that lore that I love so much about Kingdom Hearts. It gives me more to anticipate about the future of the Kingdom Hearts series than there is already, because things like the epilogue and the secret ending did that so well for me, but I would really love even more of that, and that's what Final Mix to me has always added to the Kingdom Hearts series. It's always made me more excited for the next title, and I feel like they're keeping that in mind with this DLC. Now, at this point in the video, we're nearing the end here. I want to just kind of list off some of the things we want, like just no explanation, no crazy explanation, just listing off the things that we want regarding the DLC. I'll let you go first, Doran.
Okay, so even if we're not, like, if we're going based off of, okay, they haven't necessarily said this, but I'd still like to see this anyway, there are a few things I'd like. Similar to what John said, I would want to see, I guess, a Coliseum type thing built inside Scala ad Kylum, because one, I'm pretty sure we can all agree it was pretty mid, I guess I could say. That's the only real word I can use to describe it. That would give us another reason to actually go and revisit Scala ad Kylum. It would give us something to actually do there besides listen to that one song that only plays before you move a step forward to go fight the Xehanorts. I think that'd be really cool to be able to do that. I'd love to see more Keyblades. I know that's already part of the free DLC, but I don't want just one new Keyblade out of the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND. I'd honestly like at least a couple more, something that, doesn't necessarily have to be super strong, but honestly, I just love seeing the designs of them. And as long as they feel really cool to use and have some really epic Keyblade transformations, I'm all down for it, man. And of course, I want some more explanations for terms of story, like I mentioned previously. I want to know more about how Shion even became a part of the new Organization 13. Once again, I already have my theories, but I want something more concrete from Nomura and team. That way I can, solidify what I'm thinking, and I'd want to be able to have more longevity overall with Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, we all play Kingdom Hearts 3 and replay Kingdom Hearts 3, but overall, I just want to feel satisfied once the DLC is done with. I want to feel like, okay, I'm satisfied with what this game has. Even if there is no more DLC, I want to feel like I'm okay with this. I can keep replaying this game over and over and be able to be good with what it is. And of course, more save files that you guys know.
Okay, well, the things that I would love to happen in the DLC, some I already mentioned already. I would love for a Yozora secret boss. I would love maybe as an alternative for the Foretellers to have their own like data fights. I would love Scala ad Kylum to have like a Coliseum of sorts. I would also like more bosses in general, really. And I would also like an extended secret episode for Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. Like more context, more info, maybe with some voice acting, like just an extension of what we got with the Yozora secret ending. And that's about it for me with DLC. Everything else, it seems like they already kind of got down. At least we don't know the full details on what exactly limited cut episode is going to entail, or secret episode is going to entail, or what the additional scenario ReMIND necessarily is. But I really am like interested in all of them, and it seems like at the minimum, like I've said a couple times in this video, we have confirmed what we're used to, and I'm really happy about that. Additionally, I would like more Keyblades as well, which I kind of think they might add in the paid DLC. Maybe it will be exclusive to the people who bought the DLC, while the other Keyblade form is going to be free. So maybe they will add more Keyblades, but that's pretty much about it for me. Now, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. Also, leave a comment telling us what you would like out of the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND DLC. I'll be looking at the comments heavily because I do plan on making a couple of videos talking about the ReMIND DLC going into E3 and the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra in actually like a little over a week now. We might be getting some ReMIND news, so I look forward heavily to that, and I look forward to your comments as well. But for now, this has been ProdigyxCD and Kingdom Ace, and we will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.